Using testosterone and Deca, I put on some serious mass. But is it safe? And do you really know what you are getting into? Deca, it's a bit of a maverick. You could say a Sigma male. If you get on the right side of, will definitely give you peak muscle building effects. His older, cockier brother Testosterone is the alpha male. He can stand alone, doesn't need Deca as much as Deca needs him, and will actually give you more water retention than Deca. So Test is for strength, and Deca, aka Nandrolone, is for muscles. Such a wonderful combo for feeling big. The sheer size and roundness of that nitrogen retentive look in the muscles is very hard to match. However, if you stack these compounds side by side in a poorly designed cycle, Deca can be very problematic, leading to an absolute train wreck of unwanted outcomes. The cruel thing is, Deca is not solely to blame. It's the compounds and dosages guys are using it with. Testosterone on its own is a potent straight converter to bioidentical estradiol, whereas a Deca-only cycle has a low estrogen burden overall. It's minimally estrogenic, but stacking Deca and Test together creates a whole new dynamic. This will massively exacerbate estrogen activity. So if someone is taking a testosterone dosage and they already need an AI because it's already more test than they can actually handle, problematic usage. When they throw Deca on top, this leads to an army of issues. Moon face, acne, lack of motivation, and worst of all, erectile dysfunction. So if you're not sure of how you're going to react to the testosterone in terms of testosterone to estrogen conversion because it's your first cycle, it would be complete madness to start with Test and Deca from the beginning. Often, Masteron is best for those that are super lean or getting stage ready. But really, it's like reggae sauce. If you can handle it, it goes on everything. And in this case, it is a top tier candidate to add to our cycle. Because Deca will suppress your DHT, that's going to lead potentially to a lack of motivation. Therefore, running Masteron or Primobolan to your dynamic duo of Test and Deca, you're going to stay highly driven and feel a lot happier. Plus, a DHT derivative will self-regulate your estrogen. So an AI potentially might not be needed. Hoorah! TRT example of something ideal might look like this. Test 125, 100 Mast and 100 Deca. Bad news is, you're not going to find a clinic handing all that stuff out. And if you do, they're going to be pulling your pants down and making you pay thousands. It could be better to get it yourself, so overall you're just paying a few hundred instead.
Thanks for the tip.
I do provide legit sourcing worldwide, so contact me, link in the description box, email or Instagram. Here's some tips to avoid libido issues. Do these fixes before you have trouble with your equipment. Otherwise, they're just not going to be as effective. Let's add Masteron and Primo to increase your free test levels. Otherwise, the low androgenic rating of Deca is going to decrease your libido and negatively impact your erection quality. That's because DHT is required for proper nitric oxide function. Get your blood work frequently and check those prolactin levels. If you come up high, use some cabergoline at 0.25 mg per week. Just avoid running too much testosterone with the Deca. Because if you have heavily aromatizing gear present and you don't manage estrogen levels, boom, it's lights out. Therefore, doing a small amount of test, the sweet spot for you, is definitely a bright thing to do. If you're new to the combo, the ratios on the screen right now do work. But remember, everyone is different. The idea is to firstly assess how much testosterone you're going to convert to estrogen. So we do this by just running testosterone from the start and then getting our blood work. You're going to get a clear picture and really see what is happening. Then maybe, if you're ready, stack the Deca and the DHT compound. Always start small on the lowest effective dosage. An MPP, which is the faster acting version of Nandrolone, needs to be run a little bit higher. Cycle examples now. Imagine I'm sensitive to estrogen. I could be over 20% body fat. I've been running TRT for about a year and I want to step up and do a cycle. You'd be looking at Deca Mast E and Test E. However, if you're just natural and you want to jump on a cycle, go for the shorter esters because of the clearance times. Deca for a first cycle is not recommended unless you are able to make smart decisions by looking at your biomarkers, enabling you to deploy the right auxiliary drugs and supplements at the right times so you can stay ahead of the game. Because essentially, with that combo, Test, Deca and a DHT, you are heading into battle and you're facing a moving target. Beginners are going to get smoked. Anyway, all these dosages and ratios should be taken with a pinch of salt because everyone responds differently. If you need help and guidance that's specific to you, your genetics, your goals, and your health levels, you can contact me via the description box below. Click that link and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Next video coming up is all about high estrogen levels. Not many people know how to manage their estrogen on cycle, and when you're throwing Deca into the mix, it becomes very complicated. But I've got your back, brother, because I'm going to teach you all about it in that next video. Double bicep, and I'm out.